We pump those profits back into the profit cycle to generate even more profits. And I know what you're going to say. Profits? Yes, Dan, you're soaking in them.
Hey everybody, how's it going? This is your boy ExtrmWill with Extreme Tech. We're going to take a look at my 29 machines on Salad AI. What are they doing? How has it been going? I did lose power in the hurricane here. But you can see right now, let's go back. Let's go to the 7 days here. Maybe we can see it just fine in the 7 days here. So you can see is if we go back 7 days ago, I'd have made $42. 6 days ago, I made $43.50. Now I'm losing track. 5 days ago, I was told there would be no math. I made $36 5 days ago. Then when the hurricane hit, at about 4 p.m., I lost power. So until 4 p.m., I'd made $26. And then the next day, I think I was able to turn everything back on at like 3 a.m. maybe. Turning everything on then at 3 a.m. So then I'd have had about 19 hours of calculating, but everything had just taken a hit. Everything had to re-get new jobs. So I made $21 that day. And then yesterday I made $35.12. So it's back to being about where it was. Probably a little bit under where it was because I think I was at I was up in the 40s. So it's a little bit under, but it's definitely not bad for having just lost power like 2 days ago. I'll take $35 with just losing power. So the last 24 hours says I made $35.62. If we go back to the graph here, it looks like I'm between about 33 cents to 44 cents. Pretty kind of standard-ish for me. I definitely think it's super cool if it's way better than that. On the new price scale, it's going to be harder for me to get a little bit more. This does look like, because it's pretty constant, it looks like I am running a lot of constant containers. So if we can get back to everything running a constant container, that'd be pretty nice. But I think, probably like in about 10 days, I should be back up above that $40 mark every day, I would imagine. So, but we'll see here with how Salad goes. Salad can be real hit or miss. So who kind of knows? We look at the last 30 days. You can definitely see I had some pretty good runs. I want to say, I think right here, did I lose power 2 days in a row? I think I did. I think I lost power 2 days in a row there. And then here I lost power again then right here. This bump from 43 to 35 though, that wasn't me losing power. That was just them not having work. Which was weird then, because on this day at 48, they just had like more work available for me that day. So that was weird. But then you can see right here, it's already kind of starting to show. We're coming back up and doing pretty good. So, let's see. One question, too, that I keep getting in the comments is about what kind of internet I have to be running 29 machines. I'll go here to the 29 machines real quick. I'm running 5 gig up and 5 gig down fiber. So, like, if you're running, like, 500 over 500, my internet is 10 times stronger than yours is. Let's see. Let's get into one of these here, and we'll check this real quickly on this one. Just randomly check this one. And we'll go speed test. We'll run the nicer speed test. Go. As we're going to see here too, it's not going to run. It's not going to get to the full 5 gig over 5 gig on each machine, because it can't do 5 gig over 5 gig on each machine. So I don't have to worry about like naturally bottlenecking anything, because everything can't completely take up everything anyways. So yeah, it looks like I'm doing 944 down and about 800 up, or 790 up. So if every single machine wanted to try to... Oh, come on. if every single machine wanted to grab like maximum amount, you know, I think even with salad, I think the most salad does is like 100 up and 100 down anyways. So, and that's like at most. So I think I have strong enough internet where I could still fire up all 29 machines at once and have them all picking up a job at the exact same time and still not lag. Because I have that much internet available. So, but yeah, they're all like naturally bottlenecked. So I don't have to worry about like, none of them are going to pull that whole 5 gig over 5 gig, you know. They're all just naturally kind of being slowed down. So it's fine. It's fine. So that's the internet. So here's the first machine we are in out of the 29. We're on a 20 core, 96 gigabytes of memory, RTX 4090. This one's calculating. I thought Salad said they had all these 4090 jobs that need to get done. All these 4090 jobs. Look at this. Nothing. Big old goose egg on my 4090. This super nice machine that should be rented. There's no reason for this machine not to be rented. This is my single best machine. So, yeah, I don't know. It is what it is. Salad's real funny. They got all these jobs yet, you know, like, let's see if we got any of them. I think this is, my other two 4090s are running, but this one isn't. It makes, I'm weirded out by the fact these two 20-core machines are not constantly rented. I don't understand why. Because, like, they should get, like, the highest rating scores because they are the nicest machines that I have. Now, this one doesn't have the best graphics card in it necessarily. This is 20-core. Still has 96 gigabytes of memory. Has a 4070 Ti. Because we're bored and looking at other random stuff, let's go on here. File Explorer. How big is the drive on this? Bigger. How big is the drive on this? This is 1 terabyte drive. So it's got tons of free space. Don't know what's going on. And we are just simply calculating. Boo. Alright, so now we get all the machines that are running. AMD Threadripper 1950X, 16 cores, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3090. This was the machine that was in here in the office forever. I could play around with that. I could put my third monitor back in here. I should put my third monitor back in here now because I bought a new hub. I bought a $200 hub. And I imagine this thing will let me put all 3 monitors back up and running in here. I don't know if my laptop can handle running 3 monitors at a time, but I think I could put all 3 of them back up in here. I'm only running the 2 right now. So, but yeah. Anyways, this was the computer that wasn't here forever. So that's why I can't do my video editing anymore because I don't have an actual PC in here to do my video editing on. I could download free software to put on the laptop. I just been too lazy to learn how to put new software on and learn how to use it. Because the software I bought, the version of Adobe I bought, was like a one-time purchase. I think it was like for students. I just paid full price for the student version of it. And but you only get the 1 download, so I can't download it again. So it's dumb. So I don't have any editing software because this is my editing machine. It's out in the garage. It is doing $2.96. So this is a medium priority 3090 job on the pay scale. On to the next machine. These are all going to be these whole bunch here. I think the next 13 are all basically the 12-core combo kits from bc/pc.com from Brandon Coyne's computer store. I bought 7 of them from him, and then I started making my own because I wanted to make all the 20 cores. And 20 cores all seemed to be kind of pointless. And they wound up being too expensive, so I wound up I very angrily reverted back to building them basically exactly how Brandon sells them, very stubbornly. I did not want to buy them like that, but it's just the best way to do it. You need the 12 core processor. You're getting the best bang for the buck because it winds up being like the cheapest with still a low energy cost, so you don't need an over exorbitant fan. Because those 20 cores, I need an industrial fan on that 20 core processor. So, and then the 20 core chip is like $70 more than the 12 core chip is, and then the cooler is way more expensive. The cooler is another like $40 or $50 more expensive. And then I was going to put 128 gigabytes of RAM in all of these, but that didn't do me any good having 128 gigabytes of RAM. I think 96 on like my expensive cards. If I spent more than $1,000 on the card, I really want to have 96 gigabytes of memory in there because I just want it to be as future-proofed and as ready to go as possible. Everything I spent less than, if I spent $500 or less on the card, it's getting, going forward, it's only going to get the 64 until they say there's a reason to put in more than 64. But that's kind of my reasoning and logic on some of that. So this is 12 cores, 96 gigabytes, RTX 4090. It's doing $4.18. Let's take a look at the new salad pricing here really quickly. I don't remember if that is technically high priority or medium priority. I want to say that is medium priority. Wait. What is it doing here? Let's get back here. $4. Yeah, that's probably the medium priority. And then this next one here, this might be high priority, or it might be medium priority, and I just can't really tell. This is another 12 cores, 96 gigabytes, RTX 4090 is doing $5.02. This one's making more. This one's making about 80 cents more. So I don't know if they're just paying for more RAM on this one, or if it's a whole priority tier up higher. Kind of hard to tell. Not really getting that many 4090 jobs, so I don't know for sure. I want to say it's $5, so this is probably high priority. And then the $4 is probably medium priority. And then I think like $3.30 would be low priority on a 4090, but I haven't seen any of those yet myself. And I haven't seen a reason to go looking through on Discord at everyone else's earnings page to see what they're getting right now. But only 2 of my 34090s are running. So if we get to the next one here, 12 cores, 96 gigabytes, RTX 4070 is calculating. This next one, 12 core, 96 gigabytes, RTX 4060 Ti is calculating. Like the RAM on some of these does kind of get all over the place. Like I had a lot of RAM at one point in time. I had an insane amount of RAM. So I was just kind of sticking it like wherever. So some of these are 64, some of them are 96. I don't think any of them are 128 anymore. I think I took all the 128s down to 96 to then just make more kits I could put into other stuff. Alright, so let's go to the next one. 12 cores, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3090 is throwing $1.88. So this is a low priority 3090 job. This next one, 12 core, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3090 is throwing $2.62. So this is a medium priority job. This next one, 12 cores, 96 gigabytes, RTX 4070 Ti is calculating. Next one, 12 cores, 96 gigabytes, RTX 3090 is doing $2.96. So this is a medium priority. This next one is 12 cores, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3080. So 10 gigabyte card. This one's doing 10 cents. 12 cores, 96 gigabytes, RTX 3090. This one's doing $3.46. So this is the medium priority. This next one is like 12 cores, 64 gigabytes, RTX 4060 Ti, 16 gigabyte card. I had another question in the comments about this. 3 of the last 4 graphics cards that I bought were the RTX 4060 Ti 16 gigabyte. So putting my money where my mouth is for what card I would really recommend if you're doing this, this is probably actually the card I think I would recommend buying. There's not a lot of demand for them right now, which is a little bit annoying because I think they're a little bit oversaturated on there. but I think bang for the buck, like your electric usage is almost non-existent. This is doing $4.11 right now with the high priority job. So when this does get a high priority job, like you're making more money than you are, I think, with the 49 or with the 3090s now, with like half the electric usage, if maybe even a third of the electric usage. So I mean, I think bang for the buck. I think these cards are just they're the bee's knees or the cat's pajamas. I think it's probably the best way to go. I don't know if I would buy equipment really for Salad. Before they changed the pricing scale, I was definitely a little bit more excited about being able to buy these 4060 Ti's. Right now, I look at it and go, anything you buy right now for Salad, I don't think you will ever ROI any of it on Salad. So the only reason any of this will ROI for me is because I think I started with about... I think I might have had almost 15, like 12 to 15 PCs with 22 graphics cards. About, I think I might have had more. Maybe I had 25 graphics cards before I got started actually having to buy stuff. The first stuff I had to buy was about 7 combo kit boards from Brandon Coin. And then I was on Facebook Marketplace and I found 43090s. Well, he wanted to sell me the 43090s for $1,800. I actually bought it for $1,900 and he threw in the whole open air rig, which I then converted into another Salad machine. So, yeah. But I don't know. I mean, how much have I made so far? Let's see, where are we on right now? We're on BC Top 1. So far, I've made $2,700. So I have probably made enough to pay off 3090s and those 7 combo kits from Brandon Coin. I probably still need to make about another $2,000 to break even on Salad from just where I'm at personally, how much I'm invested in. That's not going to be including electric though, or my fees, so it's still not going to be a perfect calculation. But the way I look at it, the same kind of way I did with like crypto, I'm building my equipment up. So when I was looking at it with crypto, with making purchases with stuff, all I really wanted to do was because I came in kind of late-ish to the game. I think I got like a year and a half on ETH. So I felt like I came in kind of late because everybody was already like, this could be done tomorrow. Like, the fork is coming tomorrow. The fork is coming tomorrow, like to go to proof of work or whatever it was, or proof of stake. So my goal coming in kind of late into it was I just wanted to ROI half of everything I bought. If I could just ROI half of it, I would eat the other half just to own all the equipment. So I still kind of keep that same kind of mindset here with Salad, even if I don't make another penny on Salad right now, because I have already made about half to pay off half of my growth, and then I paid the rest of it out of my overtime money. I'm still happy and confident in the choices and decisions that I've made with this, because my plan is to build up like an arsenal of computers, to build up like a stockpile so that I can then pivot to the next job, and the next job, hopefully that comes out, I don't have to spend that startup money to get invested into it. All I've got to do is pivot slightly from what I already have. So that's kind of my thought process behind it. Hopefully people are still watching the middle of these videos. They don't just watch the first 3 minutes. I don't check my analytics, but that's kind of part of my thought process on some of this. So if we go to the next one, basically the same machine. There's another 12-core, 64 gigabytes, RTX 4060 Ti. This one's calculating. So I'm not super big into buying more of these cards right now, because I think, as we saw, I only have one of my 3 4060 Ti's right now is running. But when they're all running, it's really nice. So this is gonna be my last of the X99 boards with the 12 core, 64 gigabytes, and the RTX 3060. This one is just calculating. So, boo. We get into my PCs. So this is the first of my PCs. This is the one I just built. This was, I don't know if I consider this machine 28 or machine 29. Because I pulled the one machine out of where this one was. I put the new machine in there, but I kept some of the same parts. I kept the same hard drive. And the same memory. But I got a lot of new parts. A lot of new parts and pieces. So this machine looks beautiful. Looks super beautiful. I'm super happy with this one. This is hooked up to my printer upstairs. We use this machine for nothing. It is super overkill for it. But I had my friends over this weekend, so maybe it might get some use this weekend. We will see. Because we could potentially set up gaming on like everything in the house. So we'll see though. Yeah, this is 12 cores. This was the cheapest 12 core Ryzen chip I could find. I bought it brand new. I thought about buying it used, but I was like, because this one's going in the house, this is a machine we're probably going to use for like another 10 years. So we're going to ride this thing into the ground. So I figured we would just buy a new chip just to make sure. I don't want to buy a used chip and then feel like I gotta replace it. So yeah, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3070 Ti, it's doing $1.30, so this is a low priority job. Close them all out. Chrome Remote Desktop will only let me have 20 open at a time. I was watching Brandon doing his rebroadcast of the Salad guys. They said there's a chance that using Chrome Remote Desktop can mess up your orders or your chopping. I've never seen that, but they said it possibly can. I use Chrome Remote Desktop because it's not supposed to. It's supposed to be the easiest way to virtual your way in, but you're still running a virtual program in there. So it could theoretically mess it up, but I've never seen an issue with it, so I don't know. Okay, so we are on into the PCs. i7, 8 core, 32 gigabytes, RTX 3060 Ti, going 10 cents. Next machine, i7, 8 cores, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3060s. All my 3060s are the 12 gigabyte cards. So this is doing $1.30. So that's a low priority job. i7, 8 cores, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3070 is calculating. Ryzen 7, 8 core, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3070 is calculating. I had a whole ton of these PCs from the last bull run from ETH, because trying to buy the 30 series cards, it was cheaper to just buy the whole computer. So I just bought the whole computer and put them all off to the side. You know, I used some of them for a while because I was running Chia. So I had like 50 to 100 terabytes hooked up to a lot of them running Chia. And then they would be mining nice hash with the GPU and then using the hard drive for Chia. I tried also doing CPU mining on it, but I did make a mistake when I was buying a lot of these. I wasn't really thinking it out because I wasn't planning on CPU mining with them enough in advance. I was kind of thinking about CPU mining on them, but none of them really had a big enough cooler. So they weren't able to handle doing, I think I was doing Raptorium when Raptorium first came out for the CPU, because it was really profitable there for a little bit. But it didn't have big enough coolers, so it wound up creating a lot of issues. So I was never able to really do all three of the triple mining together, but I was able to do it for a little bit. Very little bit there I was able to. So, but that was kind of my thought process, and then most of them, they were all just sitting there. And now I've got a whole bunch of computers. So I've just kind of slowly been, Salad worked out to really hit that sweet spot of what I had just sitting. So, like, sometimes just having a lot of equipment, like, I can definitely see where like I have no desire to open like a computer shop like Brandon did, but I can definitely see someone who's been doing this for, you know, like 6 more years than me or 8 more years than me, however much longer he's been in this than I have. You know, I can definitely see why he'd want to just open a computer store with just all the random stuff he has. I have a room, like a 12 by 12 room that's just like full of computer parts and stuff. You know, I can definitely see where that would eventually come in, where you're like, I should probably just do something like that. I have no desire to do it. That sounds like a giant headache to me and a lot of work, and I'm fine just buying stuff from his store instead. But I could definitely see where he would pivot to go in that kind of angle. I think going that kind of angle could be really smart, because I could see too, if Salad crashes, I'm going to turn around and sell like most of these PCs, and I'm probably going to buy cases. Actually, I still have like 5 cases upstairs that I'm not even using, that I could throw those server motherboards in and just, you know, I could sell the stuff off or just keep holding on to it until the next thing comes around, you know. But all right, do we even cover that machine? It's calculating, so it doesn't matter. We'll go to the next one. i5 6 cores, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3060 is calculating. So I think a lot of these machines too, a lot of like these junkier PCs, these older PCs, these are probably gonna take like 2 weeks for me to get my my reliability score and runtime back up to being real high again before these pickup jobs. You know, when I lost power before, it looked like it was about 10 days to get them back up. So it'll probably be something like that again, probably another like 10 days. So AMD Ryzen 5, 6 core, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3070 Ti is calculating. This next one, i5, 6 cores, 32 gigabytes, RAM, RTX 3070 is calculating. Ryzen 5, 6 core, 64 gigabytes of memory, RTX 3060 Ti, throwing $1.30. So this is a low priority job. A lot of these too, I bought a bunch of kits of RAM for like 64 gigabyte kits of RAM off of Facebook Marketplace. Anytime I can find them like cheap, because like you'll find people a lot of times out there, you can get like 64 gigabytes. I bought a bunch of kits for like $50 a piece, because people are just like selling like their old used ones or whatever. And so yeah, I was just picking them up like left and right. A lot of these are the 4-stick kits. They're not 2 sticks of 32, the 4 sticks of 16, which is I think part of the reason I was getting them so cheap. But yeah, I would then come home, and whatever random machine was calculating at that point in time, I would then pause it, shut it off, and just throw the 64 in that. So there isn't any real rhyme or reason to where the memory is. It's just the machine that was off that day, when I had it that day, I was tinkering with. So that's kind of how I did a lot of that. So yeah, this is a low priority 3060 job, 3060 Ti job. All right, let's go to the next one. This is my favorite machine. This is my 10-year-old i7, 4 cores. It's running 16 gigabytes of DDR3. That is the maximum amount of memory that I'm allowed to run on that motherboard. It's running an RTX 3060 that I don't believe... Well, I think the HDMI is... No, the display port out is broken. HDMI out works, because I plugged into the HDMI the other day. So I know the HDMI on this one still works. But yeah, the display port's totally shot. So, not making anything right now, so boo. Much happier when this one's running. This one kind of makes me chuckle when this one's running and making money, because this thing should be completely useless. There's no reason for me to even have this thing running. But it makes enough money where I can't justify turning it off, so... Alright, so i3, 4-core, 64 gigabytes, RTX 3070 is calculating. Boo, I thought this one was on a job. It must have been a smaller job that didn't run very long. My most reliable machine in the whole world. i3, 4 cores, 32 gigabytes, RTX 3080, 10 gigabyte card. Calculating. Oh, can't believe this machine's not running. I think we've only done like 2 videos where this machine wasn't running. That seems crazy to me. Maybe 3, because I think it might have been off on the very last video I did when I turned everything back on, just because I just turned everything back on. It might have still even had a job then. So, but this machine's always running. It's kind of crazy that it's not. This is probably, this 3080 has probably run a job more consistently than any other card I have. My 4090s are nowhere near as consistent as this 3080 has been. So, this machine's definitely not anything special. It's i3, 4 cores, 32 gigabytes. This is one of my lowest spec machines, and it tends to run pretty constantly. I mean, the 3080 is definitely a nice card. I like the 3080. 3080 is what I'm running in my laptop, except my 3080 in my laptop is probably closer to a 3070 because it's the laptop card. But, definitely, I still like 3080. I still think the 3080 is still really, really good for gaming. If you're going to build a budget PC right now, there's a good chance I'd probably pick up a 3080 and throw it in there, because they are nice. Alright, well, that's it for this video. I went I'm right about on par, 31 minutes. So, yeah, it's definitely, it's coming back. It's coming back. It's not looking too bad. So, yeah, we barely got hit by the hurricane at all. I lost power. It was like 10 hours, mostly because I was at work, but we lost power like right after I left for work, because I guess that was when the storm was supposed to hit. I guess I got to work. I left like half an hour early just to make sure, because like the storm was supposed to come rolling in like on my commute. So I was a little worried, but yeah, we wound up doing all right. I haven't seen any of the real carnage from it yet. My wife keeps posting pictures. We go to St. Pete a lot, so it is kind of crazy. My wife keeps posting pictures and sending me stuff from like St. Pete, like some of my favorite like restaurants and bars. Like I love Caddy's. Caddy's is one of my favorite places in St. Pete. They have like a private bar restaurant like on the beach, so they have like a private beach, and you can like sit out in your beach chair, and the waitress will like come out to your chair and like bring you drinks. Oh, it's so much fun. You don't have to bring like anything. You just pay the chair guy like $5-10 to give you chairs. And then, you know, they have food too. I don't know if I'd want to eat food sitting out there. I normally go up into like the restaurant part when I eat food, but like you can just go walk up and just like your swim trunks. You don't need shorts or a shirt or anything because it's a beach bar. So I just think Caddy's is so cool. It's so weird to me. I'm originally from Wisconsin. I'm not originally from the Tampa area, so I didn't move here till I was like 30. So I have palm trees in my front and backyard, and I feel like I'm on vacation every day for like the last 12, 13 years, however long I've been here. I feel like I'm just on vacation every day living in the Tampa area. I love it. So, yeah, I will take a hurricane over a blizzard every single day of the week, without question or problem. I am less impacted from a hurricane than I am a blizzard. Because a blizzard, you are impacted for a longer time, and I just think they're stupid. I don't live in low elevation, so like my house, I got pretty lucky when I bought my house. My house is strategically located really, really well. I'm on top of a hill in my subdivision. So it's nice. Yeah, that's the video though. If you like it, hit the like button, subscribe. Come on back, we'll make more videos. If you want me to make videos on anything specific, you can leave questions and comments down below. I'm pretty good at answering comments. I'm pretty impressed with it. I thought for a little bit there I got a little bit overwhelmed, and I was feeling like this was being a little too much, but I think right now, man, like, I got this. I think I tend to respond to people's comments pretty quickly. So, yeah, if you got any weird, random questions, you can ask them. If a bunch of people ask me the same question, I'll probably make a video on it, or I'll just address it in this. If it's, I don't want to make a video on my internet speed, because that seems, I cover that in the, when I go out to the garage and I do all the stuff out in the garage. That's where I cover that kind of technical stuff. I think that's the best place for me to cover that kind of technical stuff. When we're in the technical part, you know, go through the electrical usage and all that, and that kind of video. So hopefully we can get another one of those coming soon. I did a little bit out there, but not enough. All right, now I'm just rambling. So yeah, all right, we're gonna end this. Yeah, like the video, hit the like button, subscribe, come on back, leave comments, concerns, and I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.